My wife laughed. You'd be nothing without me. When I suggested couples therapy, I replied, let's test that theory. Then I started the business she'd mocked for years. When Forbes featured me 18 months later, her interview request went straight to my spam. I was 36 when my wife told me I'd peaked. We'd been married for 9 years, and she'd spent the last 5 reminding me that her family's connections got me my corporate sales job. Her MBA paid for our lifestyle, and her tolerance kept our marriage intact. You're not ambitious, she'd say while scrolling her phone during dinner. You're comfortable. There's a difference. I'd been pitching my business idea for 3 years. A consulting firm helping small manufacturers streamline supply chains. I had 15 years of industry experience, actual client interest, and a business plan I'd refined obsessively. Every time I mentioned it, she'd laugh. Not a polite chuckle. A genuine head-thrown-back laugh that made me feel 6 inches tall. Babe, you can barely manage your own calendar. You think you can run a company? Our marriage had been dead for 2 years. We hadn't been intimate in 18 months. She'd started working late, 3 nights a week with her new boss, Leo, who she mentioned constantly. Then came the Tuesday that changed everything. I got home early from a conference. Found her laptop open on the kitchen counter, email still logged in. The subject line at the top, this weekend, can't wait. It was to Leo. We should try couples therapy, I said that night. She looked up from her wine glass and laughed so hard she nearly choked. Therapy? For what exactly? So you can complain that I don't support your little startup fantasy? Our marriage is fine. You're unhappy because you're stuck in a mediocre career and you're too scared to do anything about it. Something in me snapped, not anger, clarity. You really think I'd be nothing without you? She set down her glass, suddenly serious. I think you'd struggle significantly. Yes. Someone needs to be realistic here. Let's test that theory. I filed for divorce the next morning. Moved out within a week. She contested everything. Tried to claim my industry contacts were marital assets because we'd met some of them at dinner parties she'd hosted. I walked away with $63K after the settlement. Rented a studio apartment. Launched my LLC the day the divorce finalized. The first 6 months were brutal. I lived on ramen and worked 80-hour weeks, but I closed 3 clients in month 4, then 5 more in month 6. By month 9, I'd cleared $140K in revenue. My ex-wife was telling mutual friends I'd abandoned her during a difficult time, and that she always knew I had potential. Revisionist history from the woman who laughed at my business plan 47 times. Yes, I counted. 12 months in, I hired my first employee. 15 months in, I signed a contract with a Fortune 500 manufacturer, the same industry my ex-wife claimed I'd never crack without her connections. Then came the Forbes call. They were doing a feature on supply chain consultants who'd scaled quickly post-pandemic. One of my clients had recommended me. The interview lasted 90 minutes. They sent a photographer to my office. The article dropped on a Wednesday. How this former corporate sales manager built a 7-figure consulting firm in 18 months. My phone exploded. LinkedIn connection requests flooded in. 3 new client inquiries arrived before lunch. That evening, I got an email. Business address. Subject line. Interview request. Journalist inquiry. The sender claimed to be writing a piece on entrepreneurship and divorce. She wanted to interview me about how personal challenges fuel professional success. The writing style was unmistakable. So was the email address. Her actual.name. http her.actualname. gmail.com. My ex-wife was pretending to be a journalist to get me to respond. I screenshot it and moved it to spam. Her mother called 2 days later. You need to talk to her. She's been crying since that article came out. You're being cruel. I'm being nothing. I'm living my life. She made one mistake. You're going to punish her forever? It wasn't one mistake. It was 9 years of being told I wasn't good enough. I'm not punishing her. I'm just not interested in rewarding her for recognizing I have value only after Forbes confirmed it. She hung up on me. Yesterday, I got another email. Different address, same person. I know I don't deserve your forgiveness, but I'm proud of you. I always saw your potential, even if I expressed it badly. Always saw my potential. The woman who laughed at my business plan, who told me I'd peaked at 36, who said I'd be nothing without her. The Forbes article sits framed in my office now. Her fake interview request, still in my spam folder.